Bank of America just sent their 8th warning to their investor clients to, quote, prepare for a summer stock market correction. A correction is when the stock market falls by at least 10%. Why does Bank of America believe that the stock market is about to fall? Because according to Bank of America, the high valuations that we're seeing right now make it feel like the stock market is in a bubble that's about to pop. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Wall Street is always warning about something. Why does this one matter? And you're right, you shouldn't blindly listen to a random guy on YouTube or a random bank. But the reason I wanted to make this video specifically is because Bank of America didn't issue one warning in 2026 or 2 warnings or 5 warnings. This is their 8th one in 2026 alone. But instead of focusing in on the emotions and talking about how the market's gonna crash like a lot of other financial outlets are doing, I wanna do something different and go deeper into their analysis. That's why in this video, I'm gonna break down why Bank of America believes that the stock market is going to fall this summer, not so you panic, but so you can understand their reasoning and their logic, because hate them or love them, they're the 2nd largest bank in the United States, so there's something that we can learn from them. And as a reminder, because we have a new Fed chairman coming, because of the changes in Trump's economy, because of the changes with AI and technology, I'm hosting a live, free, and virtual workshop on June 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time noon, where I'm going to be showing you how all these changes in our economy actually create some of the best investment opportunities of our lifetime. So if you're an investor, I invite you to join me for free and live at 12 p.m. Eastern Time noon on June 16th. All you have to do is register, and as an added bonus, when you do sign up for my workshop, you're going to get added to Market Briefs, which is my newsletter for investors. And when you show up live on June 16th, you're also going to get a free digital copy of our company's new book, How Money Changed Forever. But you have to actually show up live on June 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time noon to get a copy of this book. So if you're interested and you want to see how you can find the new and changing opportunities, I invite you to join me. The link is for you down in the description below. And just so you know, our software does have a limited number of seats that can actually join me live. So if you are interested, I encourage you to register soon and make sure you show up a few minutes early. Let me show you the root of Bank of America's concern in the stock market. One of the most popular indexes in the stock market is called the S&P 500. And this is a group of the 500 largest companies in the stock market. And despite the concerns about the slowing economy, despite concerns about high oil prices, despite concerns about inflation and a war in the Middle East, the S&P 500 is still constantly breaking brand new record highs. But this is where Bank of America says we need to look a little bit deeper. Because if you look deeper into the S&P 500, what they say is that really only about 21 out of the 500 companies are actually breaking new record highs. That's only about 4% of the total S&P 500. The rest of those 479 companies are not breaking brand new record highs. So it's such a small piece of the S&P 500 that's carrying the entire index that a lot of people are not seeing the cracks. And then if you go into Bank of America's research a little bit deeper, what they say is that about 222 of these 500 companies are actually down, but not just slightly down. 222 of these 500 companies are down more than 20% from their highs. That's about 44% of the S&P 500 that is technically in a crash, which is 20% off of their highs. By the way, 109 of these companies are down more than 40% off of their highs, that are really getting hit hard. So the root of Bank of America's concern is you have a lot of people that are investing in this S&P 500 saying, hey, the stock market is doing great. My fund is breaking new record highs. But they're saying that a lot of people don't understand the cracks that are forming underneath. Really what's happening is only 4% of the S&P 500 is breaking brand new record highs. And because some of these companies are so heavily weighted, meaning they're so big, the Magnificent Seven companies specifically, these companies are carrying the entire S&P 500. But if we dig deeper, 44% of the S&P 500 is down by more than 20%, and 109 of these 500 companies are down by 40% or more. And this is where they're saying history doesn't exactly repeat itself, but it does rhyme, because they say that we've seen something like this play out in the past, and it issued a warning signal in the past. So let me show you how they're now comparing this economy to what we've seen happen in the past. According to Bank of America, this setup that we're seeing in the stock market right now is very similar to what we saw leading up to the 2000 dot-com bubble bursting. Leading up to the 2000 dot-com bubble bursting, remember, that was when the internet companies started soaring, because so much money was going into internet stocks in the late 1990s, and that created this huge boom in the stock market, which then ultimately burst in the year 2000, and that was what caused the stock market to crash very hard. And Bank of America is saying we're seeing something similar happen today, not because of the internet, but because of artificial intelligence. So let me show you some of the similarities and differences between 2000 and what we're seeing today in 2026, according to Bank of America. The first major similarity is what I just talked about. In 2026, about 21 of the S&P 500 companies are breaking brand new record highs. But what they said is leading up to the 2000 dot-com bubble bursting, only about 20 of the S&P 500 companies were breaking brand new record highs because the S&P 500 was extremely heavily concentrated then, like it is now. Leading up to the 2000 dot-com bubble bursting, the economy and the stock market was very heavily concentrated on internet stocks, and that's where all the money was flowing, and that's where the bubble was built. Bank of America says we're seeing something similar, not with internet companies, but now with AI companies, with the amount of energy, focus, time, and money and debt going into these AI stocks in 2026, building a similar type of bubble. Then number three, it is the IPO frenzy. That going into the year 2000, there were these crazy high IPOs of companies that ultimately collapsed, like Pets.com. There were these internet companies that had these huge valuations, and then they ultimately collapsed because the market couldn't support these crazy high valuations. And this is where Bank of America says we're now starting to see that IPO frenzy again in 2026. Again, IPO means it's a company going public on the stock market for the first time. And today in 2026, we are seeing some companies with very high valuations. Like SpaceX is getting ready to go public at an extremely high valuation. Anthropic, the owner of Claude, is getting ready to go public at a very high valuation. And this is where Bank of America says we're seeing similarities between what happened in 2000 and now. And then finally, number four is something called the bull and bear indicator. This is something that Bank of America has created that measures how likely the stock market is to see a downturn. And what we've seen is that over the last 24 years, between 2002 until now, this bull and bear indicator has flashed a warning sign 17 times. And every time after the bull and bear indicator, all 17 times it has flashed a warning signal, the stock market has fallen by at least 2 to 3%. Well, in the year 2000, according to Bank of America, their bull and bear indicator was flashing a red warning sign. Now in 2026, the bull and bear indicator is also getting very high, which is flashing some concerning signs. And this is why now Bank of America says that they're expecting some sort of market downturn in 2026, particularly during the summertime, because the S&P 500 is heavily concentrated in AI stocks, and only some of these companies, about 21 of the 500 companies, are actually breaking brand new record highs, while a lot of companies are actually getting hurt pretty hard. And now because of the IPO frenzy and these crazy high valuations, they believe that the markets are too high, which is a reason why they believe markets are going to pull back. And this is something the Bank of America made the first warning about back in January when they said the overbought global stocks are facing a sell-off. They said it again in February when they said the AI bubble is creating a concern. Then they issued the third warning in April when they were talking about how the NASDAQ is going up too fast. They made another warning in May when they said that there's an AI chip bubble that's bigger than the dot-com bubble. They issued then their fifth warning again in May where they were talking about how investors are fleeing cash to buy stocks, which shows that this might be a time to start selling. They issued then again another warning in May, their sixth one, where they said that only 21 stocks in the S&P 500 are breaking new record highs. They issued their seventh warning also in May, talking about how these mega IPOs are creating concerns about the stock market. And then they issued their eighth warning, which was a trigger for this video, talking about how you need to brace for a summer correction this year. Now, there's two very important things that I want you and need you to understand. Number one, yes, there are concerns in the economy and the stock market, but there are differences between 2000 and 2026. The first one is that with a lot of the AI companies versus the dot-com companies in 2000, there's a difference in that the AI companies actually have revenue and some are actually on path to be profitable and some are profitable. Compared to the 2000 companies, a lot of companies were getting a lot of high valuations even though they were pre-revenue. They weren't making any money. They were just an idea trying to make some money. So there is a difference between the AI companies today and the dot-com companies in the year 2000. The other thing that I want you and need you to remember is that market downturns happen. Recessions happen. They're a part of economy and they create some of the biggest and best buying opportunities ever. Nobody can predict when a market downturn is going to happen. Not a random guy on YouTube, not a bank, not the best investors in the world. That's why Warren Buffett doesn't try to time the market. He says time in the market beats timing the market. The people that try to time the market often lose. The reason why they lose is because you don't buy it because you're scared the markets are going to go down, and then you wait and wait and wait, and then you miss out on all the upside. Then when markets go down, you say, I'm going to buy when markets are a little bit lower. When they're a little bit lower, a little bit lower. And then markets start to go up and you say, no, markets are going to go down, and buy when it gets even lower. And then you miss the opportunity to buy cheap as well. This is why instead of trying to time the market, there are other ways to play the market. The first thing that I talk about very often, of course, I can't tell you what to do because I'm just a random guy. YouTube investing has risks. You're never guaranteed to make money when you invest. In fact, you will lose money at some point. So make sure you always do your own due diligence and never blindly trust a random guy on YouTube. Is something called A, B, B. Always be buy. The way that you win is buy when markets are up, buy when markets are down, buy when markets are sideways, buy when there's a Republican in the White House, buy when there's a Democrat in the White House, buy when it's raining, buy when it's snowing. When you have an ABB mentality, well, now you can win no matter what's happening. And then the other part to this is P-O-O-P, poop. And the reason why poop matters is every time we've seen a downturn in history, poop happened. What is poop? Panic leads to overselling, leads to opportunity, leads to profit. Let's just go back to modern history. In 2022, poop happened. The stock market fell by around 20%. Bitcoin fell by around 60%. People panicked, and then they started overselling, which created an opportunity for the smart investors to come in and buy, which created the opportunity to profit for the investors that had cash because they were prepared, and then you came in and bought. When the 2020 pandemic hit, the stock market fell by 40%, Bitcoin prices fell by around 40 to 50%. Again, poop happened. People panicked. They oversold, which created an opportunity to buy, which created the opportunity to profit. Let's go back to the 2008 crash. The stock market got cut in half. Real estate prices fell by as much as 90% in some areas. People were panicking, which created overselling, which created the opportunity to go out and buy good investments at a discounted price, creating the opportunity to profit for the investors that had the long-term mindset and understood that downturns create buying opportunity. Go back to the 2000 dot-com bubble bursting. People panicked, which created overselling. The NASDAQ, which was an index very heavy of tech stocks and internet companies, fell by more than 75%. Think about that for a second. More than 3/4 of every dollar you invested is gone. Created one of the best buying opportunities. The opportunity to go in and buy, which created a huge opportunity to profit for the financially savvy, assuming that you understood how poop worked and you understood ABB. But you have to be prepared. And that means have cash, because the mistake that a lot of people make is they're trying to time the market. I want to buy for 6 months only, and so I want to buy at the right time. Unfortunately, now you're gambling. It's a losing game. But now if you're investing for years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, what happens over the next 2 years, whether it's up, down, or sideways, doesn't matter. Because now what you're doing is ABB, always be buying. And now you're buying whether markets are up, down, or sideways because you know you want to build wealth for the long term. Because the way you build wealth is not by timing the market, it's by accumulating the market. It's by owning the market. It's by growing your equity. And then when markets go down, the only change you make is you buy even more aggressively. It's a very different mindset because now you're investing for the long term. And now if we look at the wealthiest investors in the world, oh, that's exactly what they did. That's how they became wealthy, because they were not the panickers. They were not the emotional traders. They were not the people trying to time the market. They were the people buying the market. And then when markets go down, that's when you buy even more aggressively. When you have that type of financial education and knowledge, well, now all of a sudden, market downturns are not scary, they're opportunity. And now you're not the one panicking, you're the one buying. So don't try to time the market. Understand how to use the market. Learn where the opportunity is. Build your financial education to know how to analyze investments. That way when markets go down, you can take advantage of the buying opportunity to buy good investments at a discounted price, but then invest in your education to know how to find and research opportunities. Again, that's what I'm going over on June 16th. If you haven't registered for my free workshop yet, again, that link is for you down in the description. But this is a story we've seen play out again and again and again. Some people will say it'll happen now. Some people will say it'll happen 2027. Some people will say it'll happen in 5 years. Nobody knows when the next market downturn will happen. We know that a market downturn will happen. What's going to be the trigger? Who knows? Will it be AI? Maybe. Will it be the national debt? Maybe. Will it be inflation? Maybe. Will it be a war in the Middle East? Maybe. Will it be AI taking jobs? Maybe. There's a lot of things that could trigger it. But at the end of the day, we know a recession is coming. We know a market crash is coming. We know it's probably going to be big next time it happens because of all the money printing that has happened. When is it going to happen? Who knows? And so instead of trying to predict it, prepare for it, because we know it will happen. And then when it happens, remember, poop, remember ABB. And if you can remember those two things, well, now all of a sudden, you can turn the downturn into a wealth building opportunity while most people are panicking. That's the way that I want you to think. So what we talked about in this video is the Bank of America is concerned. They've sent out 8 notices to their investors that prepare for a market correction this summer. The reason why they're saying that is because, number one, the S&P 500 is not only heavily weighted, but only 21 of the 500 companies in the S&P 500 are actually breaking new record highs. Compare that to the year 2000, when only 20 of the 500 were breaking new record highs. Then Bank of America says that not only that, but about 222 of these 500 companies are actually 20% down, and 109 of them are down more than 40%. So if you're actually looking at the full scope of the S&P 500, a lot of the companies are actually hurting, but it's being carried by a select few companies. And then if you go deeper, comparing 2000 and 2026, Bank of America says that 2000 was this internet boom, 2026 is the AI boom. And then 2000 had this IPO frenzy where all these companies were growing at these insane rates and having these super high valuations, and all this money and debt and speculation was coming in with these IPOs. And we're seeing it now in 2026 with SpaceX and Anthropic and all these IPOs that are happening. And then in 2000, the bull and bear indicator in Bank of America was flashing a red warning sign, and they say that we are seeing it happen again in 2026, which is why they believe the markets are going to go down in 2026. But also remember that there are some differences between AI and the internet bubble, which is that the internet bubble had a lot of companies that were pre-revenue. Today, the AI companies oftentimes have revenue and sometimes even have profit, which is very different than what we saw leading up to the year 2000. The other thing is that the internet did not go away. AI is not going to go away even if the AI bubble were to burst. Now that you understand that, what we talked about is that market crashes are actually opportunity. And that's what you want to remember. And that's why understanding ABB is so important. Always be buying, because you want to buy when markets are down, up, and sideways, because the people that try to time the market are the ones that never actually see any gains. They miss out on all the opportunities. And now when you couple ABB with poop, well, now you have the real opportunity to build wealth over the long run. Because now you can understand the panic leads to overselling, leads to opportunity, leads to profit. And when you understand those two things, well, now you are a dangerous investor. And now all you need is the research to understand what to invest in. That way you can go in and take advantage of opportunities that most people are running away from, because now you are a financially educated investor. You know how to spot opportunities, and now you just have to have the money to be able to invest for the long term. If you got value out of this video, the best thank you is a referral. If you could, please share this video with a friend, family member, colleague, or fellow investor. That way we can continue to spread this type of financial education. Thank you. President Trump is now unleashing the biggest AI push the world has ever seen.
America is the country that started the AI race. And as President of the United States, I'm here today to declare that America is going to win it.
In plain English, that means hundreds of billions of your tax dollars are going